Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great workout you can do in your home. The only two things you're going to need is a band or a tube and a loop band. If you don't have a loop band, you can use a TheraBand and just tie it up. No big problem. Or you can just do it without a band, and I will explain that as we go. Okay, so that is it, and the other exercises are just body weight. So remember to come into these workouts warmed up and ready to go. 5 to 10 minutes of a cardio workout just to simply get your heart rate up a little bit, get your muscles warmed up, and get ready to move. Okay, so we are going to start with a one-arm row today. So I've got my tube about chest height in my door here and one handle. So we're going to do one arm at a time. I want you to face that wall so you're square with the wall that you are pulling from, and we're going to stay square as you pull. So no twisting. You're going to kind of want to twist. 3, 4, nice and slowly. Really think about squeezing that shoulder blade towards your spine and driving that elbow towards the back of the room. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. The reason I like doing one-sided is, first of all, it just mixes it up. It's always good to be doing something different. Surprise your muscles. Keep your muscles moving in different ways. But also, generally when we do things, keeping square towards that wall, keeping your shoulder down, we do them one-handed. We open a door. We lift all of our groceries. We, open your car door. And it can be much more challenging to do exercises one-handed. It requires more stability in the rest of your body, so you're calling in more muscles. Like right now, you may be feeling it in your core a little bit because I'm not letting you twist. Good, that was 10. So you want to keep that core tight, your hips back just a little bit, and then you're really pulling back. So if you're doing it and engaging all your muscles, you should probably feel it in your glutes, in your core, obviously in your arm and your shoulder. And we'll engage a few more muscles that way as well. Okay, next we're going to do floor to stand. I've done this in the past. I think it's a really important exercise to do even if you're good at it. It's a good full body exercise, and it's a really important thing to practice if you do find yourself on the floor, either playing with your grandkids or your kids, or if you fall, or if you have to get down on the floor to reach under the couch or something. So let's get down. We're going to do 5 on each side. So I want you to start on your hands and knees. Do this, first of all, before you do this, if you are unsure of your ability to do this, don't do it without anybody else around. Make sure someone else is around and they know you're going to be doing this. Second of all, do it with a sturdy chair or coffee table, something that isn't going to move near you, so you can use that for support if you need to, if you get stuck, if you really need something else to push off of. Okay, so we're starting on our hands and knees. We're going to bring one knee up, put that same hand on that knee, bring your weight back up over your hips. That's the most important thing here. And then, if you need to, you can use something else here, but if you can, push up off that one knee. So that's one. I'm going to refresh my screen here. Okay, let's do all 5 on one side. So we'll do that same side again. Foot, hand, up. And then if you need to, like if you're here and you can't bring that foot any further forward, you could go hand and then bring that forward. Or if you're back here and you come here, then you can use both hands to bring that foot forward. The point is you want stable, level platforms. So I've got lots of 90 degrees going on here, no 45 degrees. You want 90 degrees, and then push up off that. Okay, that's 2. And if you're doing these, and they're easy for you, do a few more. Up over that, bring that weight back. Really important here so that you don't end up here, and then you're falling forward, and you either fall again or you really lose your balance, and it's dangerous. 2 more on this side. Bring that weight back over your hips. Stand up. If you need to, if this really hurts your knees, I hesitate to tell you to use a pad for your knees because then it's a trip hazard. So find a way, if you need to kneel on a pillow, I think it's okay, but the problem is then when you come up like this, then that pillow is there to trip on. So try to do this without a pad or something for your knees. I know that can be really challenging, but then do it on a fluffy carpet if you have one at home, instead of doing it like, you know, on a hardwood floor. All right. So like I said, if these are not that challenging for you, keep going, keep doing more, because it's a great full body workout. You're getting everything here, your lower body, your core, your upper body, and your heart rate. One more. Foot, hand, up, foot, hand, up. Okay, great. Now we're going to lower back down to your hands and knees, and we're going to do donkey kicks. So on those hands and knees, you want your hands directly beneath your shoulders, your knees directly beneath your hips. We're going to lift up one side and press the ceiling away with that foot. 4. Now, I want you to keep your back flat like you're holding a teacup, and then keep your foot like you're going to push away the ceiling. All right, good. Now, you should be feeling that right back in here. Glutes, hamstrings, mostly glutes. Press up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, you're keeping that back flat, keeping your head in line with the rest of your spine. All right, good. Now you can sit back in child's pose here if that feels good, to stretch out those glutes and your arms from all of those floor to stands. Okay, now we're going to stand back up. So remember, we're going to do it safely. We're going to do floor to stand again. Bring that weight back over your hips and then stand up. Okay, next we're going to do some punch jabs. So we're going to get a little bit of explosive movement here. So I want your feet nice and wide apart. You're ready to kind of move side to side. Hands right here like you're boxing, right? So you want to protect your face. We're going to do one arm. We're going to punch forward and we're going to punch out to the side. So we're going to call it a punch jab. All right, so we're going to do 10 of each. Ready? Punch, jab, punch, jab. 3, 4. You're kind of going back and forth on your feet. 6, 7. Give it a hard hit. 9, 10, and 10. So don't just, do the motions. You want to do it hard. You want to make those shoulder muscles work, unless you have shoulder pain. If you have shoulder pain with this, you could just do the motion. It's a good range of motion for you to go through these if that feels comfortable. All right, ready? We're going to go on the other side. Punch, jab, punch, jab. 3, give it a good hit. 5, 6, 7, keep that core engaged. 8, 9, 10, and 10. All right, good. That's a great shoulder workout. Okay, we're going to lower back down to the floor. So we're going to be up and down quite a bit today. So down here, we're going to do penguin abs. So lying on the floor, this is kind of the starting position for a lot of exercises that we do. Feet flat on the floor, knees bent, and then kind of tilt your hips a little bit to flatten that back. Make sure there's no space behind your back here. And then I want you to lift up your shoulder blades off the floor, envisioning that you have a rope pulling your chest towards the ceiling. So you're going to come up. Also, try to keep your head in line here with the rest of your spine, like I always say. Don't crunch forward like this. That will really start to hurt your neck. So try to keep everything in line here, and you're going to reach side to side for your heels. All right, ready? Up, side to side. 2, 3, keep breathing. 4, 5, do your best to keep those shoulder blades up off the floor. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, you can stretch overhead, stretch out those abs a little bit if you'd like. It always feels good to stretch. Okay, we're going to stand up one more time. So be very intentional about getting over onto your hands and knees. Make sure that you are not lightheaded. So if you need to sit in this position for just a little bit, that's okay. Get one foot up, bring your Weight up over those hips, and then stand up when you feel safe and ready. Now you might want to sit down into a chair to get this band around your ankles. I'd prefer you do it sitting in a chair and then stand up, because doing it on the floor and then standing can be really challenging. So we're gonna loop it around. Like I said, if you don't have one of these loop bands, you can just tie a TheraBand or some sort of band into a smaller loop. We're going to do monster walks. So what I want you to do is I'm gonna move my camera just a little up. Okay, hopefully that's all right. Okay, so I want you to walk forward, and then we're gonna walk backwards with your feet pulling out to the sides. Okay, so I want you to start with your feet about shoulder width apart. You're gonna kind of come together, pull out to the side. Pull out to the side. 2, 2. Now, depending on how much space you have in your room, you can just kind of go that far and then turn around. So I did about 5 to make sure, if you're doing this backwards, you know that there's nothing in your way. You're not doing it in a messy room or a crowded room or with a bunch of dumbbells on the floor. Now notice also that my hips are back a little bit, my knees are bent, athletic stance, core tight. I want you to do 10 each way. So bring it in, pull it out to the side and forward. Keep that chest tall. And now backwards. Now, if you don't have any bands whatsoever, you can still do this exercise being very intentional about, you can almost envision creating resistance when you're doing this. Like envision walking through mud or walking through water. Just really, you're still going to be engaging the same muscles. But it's just without any extra resistance. So you may need to do a little more. But that lateral movement, really engaging those glutes and being really intentional about thinking about those muscles and envisioning walking through mud or water or something will help if you just don't have any bands to use for that. Okay, that's it for today. So go ahead and go through those 1 to 2 more times. Add some cardio in between, like I always say. Get your heart rate up, keep it up throughout your workout, and give yourself a really good calorie burn. Okay, so then afterwards, make sure you do a good cool down and stretch. And that's it for today. Please let me know if you ever have any questions. Thank you, everybody, and keep moving.